With the war won, Washington realized the future of the country was unknown. He wrote, "This is the moment when the eyes of the whole world are turned upon us." Here was a people who had sacrificed lives to throw off an oppressive government. Now they were going to try to govern themselves. The 13 states wanted to act independently, and they did not want to be controlled by a federal institution. Washington knew that for America to survive, the states would have to compromise. They would have to become a United States, with a federal government that would take priority in certain areas. Washington wanted to make an American nation. He applied a constant effort to achieve a real union of the 13 colonies. Only a man with the integrity and reputation of Washington could have convinced the states to relinquish some of their cherished independent powers to create an indivisible union. They did just that. A constitution was drafted and ratified, and on April 30th, 1789, General Washington was elected the first president of these United States of America. He served 2 terms. The people wanted him to serve 3, but he declined. His farewell speech to the people was so important to him that he had it published on September 19, 1796. George Washington laid out his deepest concerns in those few minutes. No delusions of grandeur, no glorious oratory, just a heartfelt, humble plea for sensible and intelligent nurturing of the young country that was brought into the world largely by his hand. He wanted it to last. This is his farewell address. Listen well. And now may we present General and President George Washington.
Friends, fellow citizens, the time for the election of a new citizen to administer the executive government is soon upon us. And the time has come for you to decide who will be clothed with that important trust. In order to allow for the full expression of the public, I feel it proper to decline from being considered among those from whom a choice is to be made. And in looking forward to the last days of my career in political life, I am filled with a deep sense of gratitude, which I owe to my beloved country, for the many honors it has conferred upon me, and yet still more for the confidence with which it has supported me. And here, perhaps, I should end. However, a deep concern for your welfare and a growing sense of danger urge me to offer some strongly personal opinions, which I feel are critical to your continued happiness as a people. The unity of this government is dear to you. I know this, and justly so. For this unity is the foundation of your real independence. It is the support for your tranquility at home, for your peace abroad, for your safety and prosperity, and most of all for the liberty which we so highly prize. But it is easy to see how, in the future, many cunning strategies will be employed with the sole purpose of undermining this need for unity. It will be attacked by internal and external enemies constantly and actively, even covertly and insidiously. But remember, the name American, which belongs to all of you, must always excite more pride, more loyalty than any of the names of your local states or your groups or your ethnic backgrounds. Because you see, with slight shades of difference, you all have that same Christian religion, the same manners and habits, political principles. You have in common cause fought and triumphed together. The liberty and independence which you now possess, that too is the result of common experience. But all these are more than outweighed by your personal motives for preserving this unity. And yet, my friends, I am deeply concerned about these things that could disturb our union. First, creating political parties based on geographical regions and making people believe there are differences in local interests and views. Then misrepresentations will create jealousies that will separate you rather than bring you together. And indeed, a government of all the states together is necessary for longevity. Secondly, if you wish to preserve your government, you must constantly resist opposition to its authority and to new ideas upon its principles, however good they may seem. One method of attack may be to alter or change the meaning of the Constitution, thus undermining what cannot be directly overthrown. Thirdly, let me also warn you strongly against the negative effect of political parties in general. You see, the alternate control of one party over another, sharpened by that spirit of revenge, will result in periods of tyranny. And worse than this, it will lead finally to a more sophisticated, a more permanent control of the people. It will eventually cause the people to begin looking around for a political leader to solve all their problems, take control. Sooner or later, the head of one party will turn this opportunity to his own selfish purposes at the expense of public liberty. Fourthly, of all the factors that lead to political prosperity, religion and morality are indispensable supports. A person cannot claim to be a patriot if he tries to subvert these great pillars of human happiness, these firmest props of the duties of men and citizens. A volume, my friends, cannot trace all the connections between religion and morality with public and private well-being. So let me ask you simply, where is your security? If the sense of religious obligation is omitted from oaths of lawyers and investigators in courts of justice, and let us be careful if we say that morality can be maintained without religion. Not so. No, I say that religion and morality are the necessary springs for popular government. And lastly, be fair with all nations. Cultivate peace and harmony with all of them. Resist favoring one nation while holding another in contempt, especially in commerce. And there can be no greater error than to expect favors from nation to nation. This is but a misguided dream. In offering to you, my countrymen, these counsels of an old and affectionate friend, I can only hope that they will make a strong and lasting impression. I can only hope that they will help you guard the freedoms that we all hold so dear. And I am looking forward to the pleasant influence of good laws under a free government with you, my friends, and my fellow citizens. This reward has been the desire of my heart for many, many years, and we have earned it. Goodbye.